watch Univa. The program we can for rid the cancer of corruption, the society by praising people the way they do things the way right, and exposing the people then way when they do things the way right. Well, then there's a caught up with the managing director and CEO of Africell, but you not be able to sit down at the camera because you know they feel too well. But again, somebody who I have to talk with today, we know the in and out of Africell. This man joined Africell, where Africell was just the 2-month-old. He don't work as the financial director, he don't work like Kennyman, McKinney, you know, very, very, very well about Africell. And I believe say that in the right man for talk to, for now we Sierra Leoneans, we are customers then to this big business and this big telecommunication company. Believe say we will tell me about waiting all they go on and waiting Africell be about. Are they with an office? Himself not feel well, but he say he will gladly for talk with watch you neighbor in international program, but now when they give me here time AYV ready always for serve the customers there this country. So, sir, what's in the name? What's in the present position?
Joe Abaspangua, Chief Corporate Affairs Officer.
Wow, so you tough. You know, say for being Chief Corporate Officer, just like how they say this now, mean say you know man, we really sabi what Africell.
Well, yeah, it's you could say it's really been a blessing.
Yes, sir.
Almost line among with destiny. And that at a very early stage of Africell as a company, like you say just now, Africell started, you know, in technical forays inside 2004. Feasibility studies, roll them out, and officially licensing the company, get the license. But then, for start official operations, it was in 2005, February 2005, and the company starts operations officially. And I had the privilege to be the first finance manager, Sierra Leonean finance manager. They had somebody who been work for the 2 months before I joined the company, where I took over from the person. So I was the first finance manager for Africell. I worked from that point where I became finance director, chief financial officer, then operations director, where basically I handle the southeastern axis. So from you know, the entire southeast, go Bontmoy and Bakujeo, then you go the east between Kono and Kenema and Kailan. So I covered the axis and in Africell operations.
Well, great, Mr. Abbas. I mean, people the way they watch don't know we get the information and the people the way we ask.
Right.
Well, now I'll go to
right.
What it make everybody in this country they talk about Africell as a telecom company. Why?
Well, you know, I think I wish you will not ask the people, and which is what I would really get to ask you for do. Now, one thing for that we read them from William Point, thing for that you go from the point. But I can tell you from part, I can from William Point.
But indeed, we do some vox pop, talk to people there, and then this.
Good, no problem. Now, so let's start. First of all, when you say everybody they talk about it's because we are the biggest mobile phone company in the country.
Great.
As I talk to you, the number of subscribers is 3.5 million.
Wow.
Subscribers. Yeah. So, and it's a funny thing you could say that. So it's almost as if everybody when a mature person in this country gets an Africell number.
Great.
This is just what you're saying because the movement picking them way they're up to 15 years of age where not begin use mobile phone yet. If you pull them one and they come out, this is we're talking about 80%, more than 80% of the active within the game you forget mobile phone. They are all in the Africell network. So how did it happen? Again, it's a very interesting story of how you could start small but we will be by doing your homework, doing your assignment. When the market, there are 2-3 other major players already in the market. They don't take all the space, no space not be left again. Way for camp. Once they enter the market, the switch where the switch, now the commander, the whole unit where they house all the subscribers. It was only enough for house 20,000 subscribers.
At that time. At
that point in time, that's what AfriCell launching operations with. Only 20,000 subscribers. Now we talk about 3.5 million, more than 3.5 million. So what does it take to grow the so we started small. We started small and said the way we do this thing is to be able to make sure that we democratize mobile phone communication in the country. The one SIM card, the company that will be there, and they make the one SIM card for buy the SIM card, now $20.
Okay.
Use point exchange rate, that is around 150,000 leons for just buy the SIM card.
That's it.
Yes, that's it. So we AfriCell can now we say, well, fine, 5,000 leons for we SIM card, and not just 5,000 leons. We give you
so from 150,000 when I cut them down.
Now 5,000 leons for SIM card, and you get talk time inside it.
Okay.
In the 5,000 way pay, you get talk time inside it. Yeah. You get talk time inside it. So you almost not pay for that at all. Now you talk, now you pay for. And then, that they not been done. This company will be in the then they charge you 33 US dollar cents per day. Where that is like then 2,400 leons, 495 leons every day for letting you keep your phone on no more. Now like service charge then. Whether you talk or not talk, then they pull 33 cents in your phone. So when we come now, it was strange because we first of all make sure say we give 3 months free calls. As long as you're in the AfriCell network, you call somebody in AfriCell, it's free.
Okay.
It was careful for everybody. There are lots and lots of things the way we do, and all as we operate as an organization, there are times then still in a net now in over 12 years of operation. Same then still in a net now we still talk free in the AfriCell network. Now we introduce her in this country and we still sustain her till at the top to you so today. Now, every aspect of the lives of Sierra Leonean AfriCell are involved. Then free calls they give school, the tell Kenema in those places, the number of stories where people they tell of how they use this free line for Sunday nights. Who that go school today or not understand something. By the time the term reaches 8 at the clock, we then say the free time they start now the other week.
Okay.
For begin exchange notes, waiting teacher say today, waiting them teach you not understand, notes where you miss where you came for say you are dictate this for me. And so the investment we AfriCell make in the lives of people across the country is so enormous. So from the students, first of all, everybody will say, well, for them, AfriCell has school picking network. Because we were so cheap, so affordable that even school picking and SSL can able to afford for keep AfriCell, mobile phone and make use of them. So right from you come out from the company promotion say will begin organized. Now we don't get the most Sierra Leoneans. The first promotion where we give 1 billion euros promotion. Wow. When we talk about 1 billion euro promotion, is it possible? A mobile phone company will be 1 billion. Nobody's ever heard of that in this country ever before in mobile phone promotion. So end up when the other winner, the guy named Karim Brahma, the guy named Kenema. Wow. 900 million. So it will be 1 billion. We make 100 people win 1 million euros. Okay. We gather them all 100 together. Carry them go to country lodge. We go back for them. Then put them all number inside this bucket and shake and get completely independent person for pick them up. One person win 900 million euros. This Mustafa Brahma. Not Mustafa Brahma, not Mustafa Karim Brahma. Okay. Na Karim Brahma and na Kailahun. Na Kenema, actually, na Kenema na they even day. Before we go this 6 months later, that way I don't get three hosts then. two-way buy, one-way nine bill, and it changed the guy in life forever and ever, completely forever. 1 year after that, we launched the follower to Dande, we had 2 billion euros. And this time we say 20 people, all they win 100 million euros each. We go with them all around over the country.
Well, Mr. Abbas, we just be shut up. We don't know why all man at this country we talk about AfriCell. So now we'll move on. What it make una landlord they in good times. I'll talk about NATCOM now because of the show of responsibility by meeting our obligations there. Like we have been together because I don't talk with the NATCOM chairman wanted so we get a healthy relation.
The thing is, we are good, very good corporate citizens in this country, very good corporate citizens. So that means all that way we owe any responsibility, we make sure we keep those responsibilities. Even in the toughest times where like every business that this country goes through inside the last couple of years, last 2 years, 3 years, during the Ebola, we wipe out every shock absorber where business them being go get. Exchange rate, the dollar fly, and it fly 30-40% increase, but over a short period of time where it became so difficult for operate. We still able to make sure at any point in time we maintain very good relationship with all the active players them. And so it's again like I said in those things now the other people that they need for us you don't get the feedback for them. Yes. I could only underline and say we are very good corporate citizens, and so with the promise, we do the assignments them where we get for do, and everybody where we owe any responsibility to in this country, we're making sure we deliver on those promises and deliver on those responsibilities where we get.
Well, like with this telecommunication company we have sell for make we able to deliver socially and environmentally. What in a corporate social functions or responsibility?
Now, anything the personal continuity, you would know say now the first thing that they wouldn't do na continuity we don't last. Anything with them all interventions with them previously. It may cost the company around $350,000. They say we'll do that investment in that continuity. Over $350,000. That's what was worth. For beautifying the continuity like they so.
Great.
So at that point in time, it cost over $350,000. Now it actually gets water fountain. Water fountain we installed there. They work and it's supposed to get light around the clock. But now there are other parties who are involved in this thing where we're supposed to take over those costs because they are becoming very, very astronomical. For put light every day, we had generator being able to provide light 24 hours because the fountain they work with electricity. So the water they move around, pump them up, bring and come, go to the tank and bring and come and recycle them. So the generator had to be on for 24 hours and we had to have staff who they watch the place and the cost, even just bill and the cost of maintaining it, the agreement was that other parties were involved in the process being supposed to take over that point there. That's the only reason why they see the fountains and the water they go up, but that investment was massive. Now talk about the McKinney Clock Tower. The clock tower being in McKinney was an eyesore. I don't know who stand we don't build that today, but now stomp the number even they see anything going to McKinney, the thing like the thing they look you by the eye. And then even at the center of the city. And so we got there and say, you know what, let's do this. Let's do this and fix the clock tower. Very expensive one we would for do and fix the clock tower there. Now let's talk about sports. Corporate social responsibility in the area of sports. Whether you talk about the Premier League, there were several years at a go when AfriCell been a support and sponsor the Premier League. It got to a point in time where one for even escalate to the point where we were bringing cameras into the field, capture those matches. I remember we had long discussions with Rodney Michael. Rodney was then the SLFA chairman, the chairman for SLFA. Deep discussions. When the youngsters supposed for host matches and they're not even getting money for bringing the players. AfriCell offered a lot of those cases for make sure when they bring the players then come, pay for them bring and come in, and based on arrangements we don't get with SLFA. Some 10 then they return all or they return half, or some 10 they return any of the money back where we spend for bring the players then come make sure them play international matches now. So several times we did that. One time we really had to pay for the plane whatever for use because the time is so short we had to even pay for a plane for move the players at some point in time and the classic one we really still in 2006. Nothing after the war. President Ahmed Tidiane Kaba, blessed memory, declare the war end 2002. Nothing still not be happening at stadium. Now we open stadium back when in 2006. No, we not refurbish. We do a program at the stadium. We make sure say everybody life come back to people for sports in the country. Now we go bring the Guinea national team.
Okay.
Bring the Guinea national team, arrange with SLFNIS and say fine, we will take care of everything we take for do this year, so but let's do this thing, let's do them for the country, say earlier. Let's bring joy back. With people employed, let's sports, young man in this country, let's sports. Let's do it. It was the first big international match we happened after the war. After the war. So AfriCell sat together, I said let's organize this. People did not have to pay for going inside the match. All they had to do was to buy one AfriCell SIM card. And the AfriCell SIM card when they buy, get enough top up inside, top time, for cover the money when you pay for the thing. So it'll be almost like free. But it was, again, it was just the novelty. A lot of things we introduced inside AfriCell we make sure, say, we did that match, the match played out, it was very well done. I think, say, the match may end up 1-1. So it was consolation for we, but it was very huge. Now, so all kinds of sports, from volleyball to basketball. Now, it's very interesting for me. We see, say, I'm listening to the news. We beach volleyball team. They actually they play now in the topmost international competition in the world. Right. They AfriCell now long-term sponsor for the Sierra Leone beach volleyball team. So move across. There's no sports in this country where AfriCell and not they pan in terms of sports support where we don't get any previously. Now, education, there are several interventions where we don't do. We get interventions where we don't do through other partners. Then we get a group where they call Friends of Education. We don't do about 2, 3, 4 schools in this country where each time then get them school interventions and they AfriCell they behind them 100% for make sure so we give them support. Now, AfriCell also indirectly, you may watch a show just now on television, Life by Design. Now, so what's in Life by Design? Life by Design, a message, a life transforming radio and television program where they actually try for make young man they know say they came for take more responsibility for creating the future where they want for experience. Take responsibility, not blame your family, not blame daddy, not blame mama, nobody blame. You could take your destiny now you earn and work them out. And so this from the beginning. But what have we done? The impact we life design don't make in the lives of young people, you get the message every day. You hear about the story about Kelvin Doe? Kelvin Doe, you're not a stranger now, so we'll tell you about Kelvin Doe. So Kelvin Doe, a 12-year-old young man, we see them the other day, somebody say on television and somebody called me attention, say, Kelvin Doe, this we see on television, everybody you go like for me Twitter. We'll go meet someone and say it takes scraps them from cable and make radio station. Somebody called me the next day. I pull one mixer, send and go, find this bobo. We go meet somebody and then carry and go up to Aza. Who side this bobo so in parents and they bring this bobo camp. Talk to them, I see people get potential. What we did, we say fine. We took over responsibility for this over. Move them from the school where they get support for almost get scholarship for information. Say they go through the rest of in high school education at that point in time. AfriCell paid for him for making travel go America for go take part in the World Maker Fair. Now Kelvin Doe is now a star in this country. Then every now and again there are parts of the story where they will forget complete. But after building him, he stayed with our staff for almost 1 year. Stayed with my own staff and taking care of him 100%. Whether in feeding, in lodging, in traveling, whatever he had to do for that period in time, it was actually being taken care of by us. And so Kelvin Doe is when they talk about stars in Sierra Leone, young people is one person that is highlighted. Who do you trace it back to? AfriCell. And so lots of things. There's another young man, Saltin Masali, where 2014 came back to me and said, I have this brilliant, very, very brilliant idea where and the guy is a genius. It's a young man, 22 years of age, but a genius. I'm yet to see any young man in level in Sierra Leone way as gifted as he is. And I'm actually looking, not for say I've been looking down to other one there. But no, I'm looking for them because it's so important. Walk through this young man, discovered he had the talent. AfriCell gave him the privilege for making able for introduce a job search engine in this country. If you use your mobile phone and text, the thing they text you back and tell you the job vacancies that were available in the country.
Wow.
So you just accountant. If you send to accountant, you send to this number. They tell you the number of jobs them where fit that position, the accounting position. They tell you who they advertise, waiting and they look for, and give the link, go to the website or whatever details. This young man at age 22, he did that. Africell gave him the access. You not pay nothing. Africell said you don't have to pay anything. We will give you the access, expose you, and now from there, this young man able to build a company. Where today is the biggest ICT company in Sierra Leone. It's growing all the time. This young man ended up for design the software they use for do the Ebola response work in the country. The Ebola for monitor the payments, hazard payments to Ebola response workers during the Ebola crisis, where they take 1 month for make them process payments and become Excel spreadsheets they use. This young man designed a software where instead of they take 5 weeks for them prepare this, they then take 1 week for prepare the payment. For make them pay Ebola response workers. Reduce the number of time, reduce the number of strikes and we've been there, and save a lot of money where they lost during the process, because ultimately, because ultimately we got to a point in time where then just they pay this money to the people and the phone them when they register, then pay the money to their phone. So you don't cut out everybody will be involved. Pay master will be they take 10%, 20%, 30% according to the allegations. Those were all cut off. And massive things. This young man, the company we set up, win 2 awards, major awards. One, they call them business in the community. Now England, international award.
Great.
He gets over 150 companies, and we compete with him for that prize. He win, IDT Labs win, and call them business in the community. Now London, he won the award. Secondly, he just came back from England, where he win the Queen Young Leaders Award. The Queen's Young Leader, the Queen of Great Britain.
Okay, I think like I see that in the BBC.
He won one of the awards with Engie inside 2016 as a Queen Young Leader. Down to this, and if you trace the roots, it's Africell connected. Yeah. So like I said, it's Africell is embedded. It's embedded in this country. It's been involved in the lives of young people. And I keep saying, when you round around this story again, you get to end up to me, because how much you imagine I know now when Africell land. Africell University for me as far as I'm concerned, because I can't imagine.
Today, a midfielder.
Yeah. Because I can't imagine most of the things that women don't learn just by being around, being in a company, growing it from that small baby stage. Teaching, learning, coaching. So everybody has that. Anybody that I touch is because of Africell.
Well, we don't talk about the Africell past. We don't talk about the present. What's in the future plan?
Future plan for Africell. Now, future plan for Africell. I could only tell you that, say, if you want for know it person capable of doing in the future, watch what you don't do already in the past. So it's just an indication. We will be ready for setup with business. Even the structure will set up where house the company headquarters. In itself, it's a message. Because for building kind of building we build, so it's a massive investment. It only tells you how long the person ready for stay around. Anytime person come for building, not build boulders. Not build hotels. Now concrete. Now and spend so much. Most investors would want to be able to make sure, this shouldn't be a priority for we. Not build this big, not spend this much on the building, because you remember how long it take for pulling the money come out inside this business. So, and the more you spend, and in those speaks, I said, the longer it take you for like get your money. But it tells you the mindset where we get as a company, in terms of how far would they see, how long we want to be in this market. And so that is what informed Africell's investments. And so in the past, presently, and also in the future. So in terms of expanding, growing, the latest in technology, and I'm saying again, now very soon with the launch, we state-of-the-art customer care center at the center of town, at the former Odeon building. It would be launched very soon, where it's why they say state-of-the-art, complete. Imagine that huge building, the way that is in Hall. Sometimes when you watch film now Odeon. So now it's that entire place is going to be Africell called customer care center. Customer care center. Imagine that one day. Now, obviously, in terms of technology, now we first bring 3G in this country. Now we force introduce 3G. People the ability for able to take them phone and access data, access emails, browse the internet. Now we first launched 3G in this country, and in terms of even the latest model of the product, now we get the fastest because we get 3G++. And it's not the end. We are continuously working ourselves. The same way we're able to grow and grow big. So we have the fastest internet in the country, most stable network in the country in terms of the quality of the service we will go. Because now over the last 12 years, we've almost changed completely the entire equipment then 3 times. Over the last 12 years, don't change them 3 times. And as technology they advance, almost I could almost tell you that by the next 6 months there will be another big announcement we will make in terms of big things that we will do for upgrade the network and move and go to the next level.
Well, what's in a relationship with customer when I rule down there because then customer and they say Africell like the #1 telecom company in the country. But when we do our working staff then, say the low one them, say MD Shadi and then Shadi and lower man them, how they refer? They go well with them.
Now I can tell you that any relationship, even between Mrs. and Master, it's work in progress. Husband and wife is always work in progress. So it's listening to each other. So even with customers then. So if I could tell you, say all over the country, sign in this country where people know they get problem with Africell network, I'll be lying to you. So there will be areas. That's why we get to listening ears through with customer care center, through with various means so we for do through with network operation center, when at the knock, where if you go there now, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 televisions spread all over the place. Each television, you get the various sites then at this country all spread so that then they tell you any such problem, they alarm. They tell you who's kind of problem, whether a generator or a power problem or any power problem we're going to do with the units, the units where they or up the antenna. It gives you all of those things. So problems arrive any once in a while in the relationship between we and the customer, and one of the things where we commit ourselves for do, which is one of the reasons why we be as big as we are, is to be able to listen to the customers, find out two-sided problems here, so how could we stop them from happening on a recurring basis and fix them, so that like machine keep on for 6 months, in the machine it develop problem for itself. So with preventive maintenance, what we do, we mean say every 2 weeks. Every month, say at least once if goes to each site, just go check and tie your bolts like you motor car we go run at it for make sure say we just go na check the bolts, change the oil and those things. You get them within preventive maintenance things and what we do for make sure say between where we customer they will listen. We get customer surveys and what we do. Where we make sure say 2 or 3 times a year we pick specific customers, specific areas, ask them question, what do you think? From an independent person so that the person not they be biased. We use them feedback and they for help we for make we put through in terms of what do we need to do differently in terms of operations. We get to call mystery shopping. That means we say there are people go now we shop, now we POSs, we point of sales, post them and say go post like say you're a customer. Okay. See how they treat you. Gather that information, they give you the feedback. And lots of ways we will do between we and the customer for manage the relationship such that whenever there are situations where things they happen where the company need for know, we they make sure say we know and we take steps for the one and the internally for we staff. It's again it's a work in progress. Mina Sierra Leonean and I would say upon some point in time I've been a signatory to the books of Africell. I've been signatory. Now for me, your company value in national to that level that they could put you at that level. I've been in the top 5. I've been among the top 5 people in Africell since they formed the company. Yeah, so if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 top people in the companies, I've always been there. I've always been amongst in terms of influence, in terms of effect on people, and it's been filtering down. It's been filtering down to the level of 99% of the staff are Sierra Leoneans, and you get few technical positions where we'll not even get the capacity locally. We need for take time for build the capacity locally. And Africell they work with the local content policy, local content authority, the agency will then set up for that to make sure say there's a gradual empowerment process so that where we get positions and we Sierra Leoneans they not get the skills for do that, and there's a gradual systematic process of making sure those people are skilled, so that within a period of time with government particularly you would have local people running it.
Well, Mr. Abbas, just like Mr. Shadi, the MD, they say you know the right person for interview, but so you don't prove out. And then one last question I ask.
Go ahead.
Well, it not necessarily because you don't give me the answer already.
Right.
About this customer because people at times they grumble of some services way they lack, but you know everything all out like in tackle already.
And it's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. Like I said, if I say as you don't I say no problem, no, I'll be lying, and they will just issue much by the say look, yes. No, but it's a fact, but it's a work in progress, and we're dealing with them all the time.
Well, Famulem Unadoyeri waiting Mr. Abbas, the
Chief Corporate Affairs.
Chief Corporate Affairs Officer. Don't tell me. It should say it's a bit what AfriCell in depth. Not give me all the information about what AfriCell for, what AfriCell do, what they don't do in our country. No say from what you say get on the street, what Mr. Abbas don't give me a pass mark, a big pass mark for AfriCell. They just talk to them and they keep them up, and then other companies in this country they imitate the Falamakata, waiting AfriCell don't do for we now. Well, because of time, we'll end this program. Well, the cameraman, Mr. Jeremiah Cole, the chief advisor, Mr. Yakuba Jane, the producer, Mr. Baba Sheikh, and me, the presenter, Mr. Kelfala Masari. Mr. Abbas, long join for telling Mr. Union people. I will view as them bye-bye.
Wherever you are, in and out of the country, it's a pleasure coming to you today, and I thank you.
So, my family, now that we get for now, today on the program Watch Your Neighbor. This na the producer Baba Sheikh, they say Tata, and we get more for now to come.